Hello Ji, Namaste. Very warm welcome to each and everyone. A wonderful, very good morning to each and everyone. This is yours Shaik Imran, MSc Zoology, Biology faculty having more than 5 years of teaching experience in competitive exams like Karnataka CET, AP Telangana MCET, in NCRT also. Also experienced as a teacher in International School of Qatar country of Indian School. I am here to teach you for biology subject in Karnataka CET. The aspirants who are going to write the exam for KCET 2021, I would like to wish you heartfully. Definitely, you will become a top ranker with Unacademy. For that, you have to always keep connect with Unacademy. Always follow our profiles, follow educators. You can learn with top educators with Unacademy. Right, Ji? In this today's wonderful session, we are going to start a new chapter that is from class 12 NCRT Reproduction. So with new chapter, new topic, with full of positive energy, we will start today's our wonderful session. Before going to start our session, I just want to introduce you how to use the Unacademy learning app in your mobile phone daily. Not only me, along with me, we have so many top educators in an academy who are taking all subjects including biology, maths, physics, chemistry also. You can join with us daily by downloading an academy learning app from your Play Store. By downloading this an academy learning app from Play Store, install it in your mobile phone and open it. Once you open, select your goal, search your goal as Karnataka CET. Karnataka Common Entrance Test. There you can select Karnataka set by clicking on plus symbol, choose your preferred language. You will be asked for login or sign up. Once you sign up, once you sign up, you can able to interact with your educator. You can watch, you can ask doubts during live session, you can comment below. Once you sign up only with your phone number as well as with your email also. Once you submit your email and phone number, this is for verification. Once you verify with your phone and email, then only you can interact, you can ask doubts with your educators, right? In your Unacademy learning app, you can find my profile by searching Shaik Imran. There you can find me. Don't forget to follow my profile. Don't forget to share my profile with your friends. Once you start my profile, there you will get all my previously completed topics in an academy learning app, right? Also, once you follow my profile, you will get my free upcoming live classes notification. There you can learn a lot freely with an academy. Also, I have previously completed unit number 1. All 4 chapters I have completed with quiz, MCQ, all lectures with crystal clear I have presented there. So you can watch it later. Now we will continue with live session. Yes. If you are watching first time, this is for you. These videos what you are watching now, these are completely free in an academy learning app in YouTube free live sessions. If you want to become plus subscriber, you can go for 12 months plan which cost around 12,375 only. You can go for 6 months plan which cost around 10,125 only. Also you can pay like per month EMI also. You can go for trial price. There you can understand much better about an academy educators, how are they teaching, how the Unacademy educators are efforting to make you top ranker in Karnataka set 2021. So the 1 month trial price cost around the price around 2,250. Being a plus subscriber, you will get premium content at very low and affordable price. You can learn by sitting in your house. You no need to go anywhere, no need to travel, no need to spend much time, much money also. You can learn by sitting in your house. You will get structured complete live courses, complete sessions you will get, and you will get dedicated live doubt clearing sessions. Once we completed any particular chapter or topic, There you will get complete doubt clarification special class also. There you will get your 100% doubt clarifications. And you will have quizzes, regular and interval sessions for your analysis. And we have already started batches. You can join with us for your complete preparation. And we have test series, daily practice test. You will get full mock test also, which help you a lot for your complete preparation. And the single subscription for unlimited access you can get with Unacademy. Right, Ji? We have already started batches. You can join with us. You can subscribe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 6 months, or 12 months, or you can go for 2 years plan also. If you have just completed class 10, entering into +1, you can go for 2 years plans also. We have best plans for you. There you will get complete set of preparation, physics, chemistry, maths, and biology also. If you want to learn with me in plus course, if you want to get me as your biology educator, use my code, that is Imran Live. By using my code, you will get me as your biology educator. This is not only for biology, you will get all set of your preparation. By using my code, thing is that you will get 10% off from your fees. It can be 1 month, 6, 12, or 24 months also. You will get 10% off in your fees. Right, Ji. Without doing any late, we will enter in our wonderful evening session. So before going to start the session, I just want to have a look on the screen who joined with us in this wonderful session. So you can comment below. I'm waiting for your comments here. You can ask me your doubts. Whatever doubts you have, I am here to clarify. Always keep liking the video. Keep sharing this video link with your friends. Let them also join together and we will have the wonderful session. Rajji, always keep liking. Your likes make me more energetic. If you want to learn with me with full of positive, energetic way, always keep liking. Right. Fine. So we are dealing with class 12 NCRT, unit number 1, generally that is unit number 6, because we have completed 5 units in our class 11. So in class 12 we have unit number 6, generally in +2, that is unit number 1. Yeah, the chapter is reproduction unit. In that we are going to start today chapter number 1, reproduction in organisms. Also we will complete in YouTube sessions chapter number 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, chapter number 3, human reproduction, male and female reproduction, chapter number 4, reproductive health. Also we will deal completely in our upcoming YouTube sessions. Right, Ji? Yes. So in this session, we are going to start a new topic with chapter number 1, reproduction in organisms. So without doing the late, we will enter in our topic. If you didn't hit the like button, keep liking always. Yes, Majul, Akhil. Yes, welcome everyone. Keep sharing this video link with your all friends. Let them also join together. So when you open your NCRT book, in the front page, first page, you will get a scientist name. Scientist name is Panchanan Maheshwari. This is important thing. That is why I have presented here. Panchanan Maheshwari is male scientist. He was born in November 1904 in Jaipur, which belongs to city of Rajasthan state of India. And he established the Department of Botany, University of Delhi, as an important research institute of embryology and tissue culture. He is the scientist who established the Department of Botany and University of Delhi, established by Panchanan Maheshwari. He is a scientist, and in Delhi we have specially embryology and tissue culture research. He was honored with fellowship of Royal Society of London. Generally, we call fellowship Royal Society of London. Right? Indian National Science Academy and several other institutes of excellence also. He got so many awards. So before going to start our topic, I just want to explain you what is life. Life we have studied in unit number 1, class 11 biology. Life is non-explainable, non-definable. But we studied life is running with some chemical reactions in the living body. Right? Now we will study about lifespan. What is lifespan? Sorry. Lifespan is nothing but the duration of an individual organism. This is the duration time period of an individual organism which they live until they reach normal death. Generally, if any organism born from the day of birth until the death should be normal death. It should not be any kind of accidental or diseased. It should not be like that. Until the reaching of normal death, the life duration from the birth to normal death, the period we call lifespan. It should be normal death. It should not be accidental, diseased. Here we will study some general lifespan of some living things on the world. Let's start learning from elephant, which live around 48 years. This is not exactly 1 year, can be more, 1 year can be less. So better to know which is represented already in your NCRT. Better to know the lifespan of some organisms also. Is the understanding? Keep liking the thumbs up button. Keep commenting below. Your comments and your likes make me more energetic. Yes. Always keep commenting. Keep asking doubts also. Dog, which live 10 to 13 years around. And crow, it live around 15 years. And cow, 18 to 22 years the lifespan of cow. And the lifespan of crocodile is about 60 years around. And fruit fly, the insects which fly around the fruits, they live around 40 to 50 days. These all images, these all names you can get from NCRT book also. And the tortoise around 100 to 150 years it live. And rose plant, do you know rose plant can live up to 35 years? Butterfly can live up to 1 or 2 weeks. Later it will die. And the banana tree can live 10 to 12 months. 10 to 12 months. Once the 1 year completed, it cannot produce new. Then new plants will arise. Parrot can live up to 150 years. Horse can live up to 25 to 30 years. And rice plant, you know the rice plant, generally, it can live 4 to 7 months. Generally, after 120 days, after 120 days, once we cut the crop, the new plants will arise from the stems, roots. So it can be alive 4 to 7 months. After 7 months, automatically it will destroy. And the banyan tree, which can live around 200 years. So these are the examples I have presented here. Yes, Messi. Nice, Messi. Nice to see you here. So always keep liking, keep commenting. Yes. Yes. Let's start our topic reproduction. It is defined as biological process. It is a biological process in which an organism gives rise to young ones. That means offsprings. They are similar to parents. Reproduction is nothing but it is defined as a biological process in the living things. In the biological living things, it is a biological process which give birth, which give rise to young one as offspring. They are similar to themselves. That means the human offspring, they are similar with humans. The monkey offspring similar with monkeys. That is the term I have presented here. It is nothing to confuse. It is a process, it is a biological process which the parents give birth to young ones. Young one is nothing but babies, also we call offspring, young one, right? The offsprings, they grow, they become mature, they grow after reaching a certain age, they turn to produce new offspring. Generally, in human beings also we see the new babies, when they born, later they start growing slowly, slowly. The growth is slow action. They reach a certain age. After reaching certain age, again they will get married. they will reproduce. In the case of human beings, you have a process that is getting married, getting babies. In the case of other animals which not developed brain properly, so the reproduction occurs generally. They look similar with their parents, right? Like that, there is a cycle of birth, growth, and death. We have a cycle. In the cycle, generally, we know very well. There we can see birth of organism, growth of organism, then the death of organism. Reproduction enables the continuity of species generation after generation. That means it's a very simple thing. Reproduction in our Unit 1, Class 11 Biology, we have already studied. The student who didn't watch the lectures, you can watch it later also. There we discussed the characteristics of living being. Being a living thing, we have to represent the growth, movement, respiration, metabolism, reproduction also. Reproduction is that kind of character. The character is not necessary to be alive. Reproduction is not necessary to be alive. So many living organisms, plants, animals, humans not getting married, humans not getting babies also, not producing offspring, but also they can be alive, right? Being a living things, no need to reproduce. Without reproduction, we can survive. But thing is that all kind of similar species, if they stop reproduction, for example, we have a particular organism like we have bat. Do you know bat, right? If the all bat stop reproduction permanently, that means after few years, the death of bat we can see, but newborn bat we cannot see. Few years later, there will be no species of bat. Like that, if any species stops reproduction, there will be no species in the future. So this is the necessity of reproduction. Reproduction is a functional feature of all known life. It's a functional feature in all known lives. SG, understanding? Is this easy to you? Yes. Is there any? Thank you. Messi, Akhil, Majul. Yes, wonderful. Ji. Nice. There is a large diversity in the biological world. In this world, we have large diversity. That means the organisms filled in this world, various kind of species we can see. From bacteria to well-developed humans, we have various kind of living things. Each organism has evolved its own mechanism to multiply and produce offspring. Each and every organism, they have well developed mechanical process which help them into producing of offspring. The body have developed very well to perform reproduction. The organism's habitat, its interval physiology, and several other factors are collectively responsible for how it reproduces. The characters of living things. Tausif, yes. Enjoying the lecture? Yes, ji, wonderful. Yes. The living things, based on where do they live, their habitat, what is their body structure. Physiology means their body structure, their mode of living. How do they, the body organism, how it is made up of? Are they movable, non-movable? Right? Based on the structure, there can be reproduction as divided based on whether there is participation of one organism or two organisms in the process of reproduction. Based on the participation of organism. If the one organism participating in reproduction or two organisms of participating in reproduction. So based on these character, when offspring is produced by single parent, a baby is produced by single parent without involvement of gametes. There are no involvement of gametes, right? The production is asexual method of reproduction. Here we have studied the offsprings, the newborn babies, which produced by single number of parent, that is called asexual method of reproduction, right? When two parents, that means they should be opposite sex. One is male, second is female. They participate in the reproductive process and also involve in fusion of male and female gametes. It is called sexual reproduction. In the case of sexual reproduction, we can see the participation of opposite sex, that means male and female, they participate in reproduction. Yes, and we can see the fusion of male and female gametes. If you know answer, comment below. What are the male gametes? What are the female gametes and male gametes? Need your answer? Type below. Yes. Tausif, Messi, Dharani, and Majul, Naga Akhil. Yes. Comment below. Need your answer. What are the male reproductive gametes and one more female reproductive gametes? Comment below. Yes. Until you give comment, we will move for one more slide. So based on, just before I have explained, based on the number of organisms which are involved in the process of reproduction. If the number is 1, that means offspring produced by single parent, that we call asexual method of reproduction. If the reproduction occur by involvement of male and female organisms, called sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, we can see in all kind of organisms. You no need to worry. I'm here to make you everything crystal clear. At the end of the session, there should not be doubt regarding the same topic. So that is the reason you always keep connected with my topic. Always keep watching, keep liking. Let's start discussion about asexual method of reproduction. An organism can reproduce without the involvement of another organism. Here we can see the organism can reproduce without involvement of another organism. Single parent only will involve. It is not limited to single celled organism. Generally, the people think, make it very clear, what people think that it is limited for only single cell organisms. Single cell organisms only produce asexual method of reproduction. No, it can be occur in multicellular organisms also. Make it clear. And cloning is a form of asexual reproduction. Cloning is a form of asexual reproduction. We will study everything about in our upcoming topics. You no need to worry. Cloning is a form of asexual method of reproduction, and organisms create an organism create a similar or identical copy of itself. In the process of cloning, the living being produce offspring by cloning method, asexual method of reproduction. They look completely similar with them. They look completely similar with them. Yes. So nobody give an answer. I will tell you the male reproductive gametes are sperm cells and female reproductive cells are ovum produced in female ovary. Yes. Advantages of asexual method of reproduction. When environment factors are favorable, if the environment is favorable for the organisms, asexual reproduction is employed by exploited in suitable conditions only for several, such as an abundant food supply, adequate shelter, when they have proper food, when they have proper shelter, when they have favorable climate, when they have optimum pH. That means when they have favorable condition for food supply, when they have proper shelter to be alive. For example, the fishes can reproduce in the water only. If you keep the fish on the earth, land, can they reproduce? No. Frogs can lay eggs in the water only. They cannot lay eggs on the earth, right? So like that, if they have suitable environment, conditions, proper food, they need proper pH maintenance also. The body temperature should be in proper manner. They are able to reproduce. Right? Population increase exponentially to take full advantages of the rich supply resource. We have wonderful environment, we have full resource, we will get without any issues food, air, respiration. So automatically reproduction occurs in asexual method of reproduction. Evaluation of sexual reproduction. Now we will just understand what is the sexual reproduction evaluation. What do we need? Why we need sexual reproduction? What is the necessity of sexual reproduction? However, organisms are performing asexual method of reproduction. Why do we need sexual method of reproduction? Now we will have a look on the screen. Yes, G? Yes. Thank you, Naveen. Yes. It is a major puzzle for all biologists. Generally, the evaluation why do we need sexual method of reproduction? It is a major puzzle for all biologists, right? Twofold cost for asexual reproduction. It is very simple thing. Don't get confused. Hope you are understanding. If not, keep some more concentration here. You will understand better. It can be make you confused, right? I am here to make you crystal clear. Twofold cost of asexual reproduction is that only 50%. The asexual reproduction on this earth, if you divide the complete reproduction in two parts, 50% reproduction occurring by asexual method of reproduction, and remaining 50% of reproduction occurring by sexual method of reproduction. Hope this is clear. On the earth, complete reproduction 50% and 50% equally shared by asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Many organisms can reproduce sexually as well as asexually. Not all, make it clear. Not all. I'm just telling you, many, many. We will discuss which kind of organisms produce which kind of method, right? We will discuss, you no need to worry. Many organisms can reproduce sexually as well as asexually also. Example we have aphids, slime molds, sea anemone. Some species like starfish, they produce by fragmentation, like asexual method of reproduction. In fragmentation, what happens is body breakdowns into several parts. Later, the broken down each single part grow as new organism. You can see here, sorry, you can see here images also, aphids, right? Sea anemones, right? When food source have been depleted, that means food source depleted, climate becomes hostile, or individual is in danger. When these kind of unfavorable condition if they face, these organisms switch to sexual form. This is the necessity why we convert into sexual method of reproduction. We have converted into sexual method of reproduction due to when the proper food is not available, when the shelter is not available, when the individual is in danger, they are going to extinct, right? The organisms, they use sexual method of reproduction for continue the species. Sexual reproduction ensure mixing of gene of pool of the species. It is nothing but the sexual reproduction. It performs mixing of gene. Generally, in the case of sexual method of reproduction, it is female and one more is male. They fuse together to form a zygote, right? Here we have various kind of chromosomes. In male, we have various kind of chromosomes. When they fuse together, here it will be added from father from mother. So here we will have some characteristics, some similarities from mother also, from father also. That is why we are something similar with mother also, something similar with father also. Here we can see the genetic changes. The genetic changes from father we have gene, from mother also we have gene. So that is the reason we have genetic changes. Variations found in offspring of sexual reproduction allow some individuals to be better suited for survival and provide mechanism for selective adaptation to occur in their body. It's very simple. When male and female organism perform reproduction, when they produce offspring, the babies contain two different kind of genes from mother and father also. It helps them to survive. It helps them for long mechanical process. Right, Ji? Yes. The meiosis. Meiosis is a type of cell division where the zygote, the single cell, converts into four times. Later, it continue as mitotism. In meiosis stage, the sexual cycle also allows especially effective repairs of DNA damage. When a zygote forms, the zygote converts into two, then later it converts into two to four number. In the formation of zygote, to 8 cells in the process of mitosis, 16 morula, blastula, gastrula. Later we will study everything. Here we have to understand that after formation of zygote is diploid. Diploid means they contain two number of cells. Later it forms four number of cells. So while the formation of zygote to four number of cells that we call meiosis cell division, it helps especially during the repairing of DNA damage. If, for example, the repair of damage, sorry, if any DNA has damaged during the development of zygote, there the cells help in immediate repair of DNA. If the DNA is present properly in the body, we can count a genetic material. Genetic material is nothing but it is present in the form of DNA. DNA is gene, right? Sexual reproduction usually results in the formation of a life stage that is able to endure the conditions the threaten the offspring of an sexual parent. The offspring, the baby which arises from sexual method of reproduction, they have capability to face various kind of atmosphere, various kind of organisms to face in also they can face a threatened. That means the asexual organisms are very sensitive and the sexual organisms are not threatened. They can survive for a long time. Seeds, spore, eggs, pupae, cyst, or other over wintering stages of sexual reproduction. During sexual reproduction, we can see the use of seeds, use of spores, eggs, pupae, cystae, right? Ensure the survival during unfavorable times. In the process of sexual method of reproduction, we can see these kind of examples where they survive. For example, take an example of seed. If you keep seed in the soil, if rain comes, it should be survive from eaten by birds, right? It should get water. After facing these all kind of situation, negative situation, it finally converts as a new plant. Spore, eggs also, pupae also. Pupae generally it found everywhere. The young one stage generally we call pupae. The pupae should be survive from escaping from predator also. Finally escaping from predator, it converts a new organism. So they have to survive to convert as adult one. The organisms can wait out adverse situation until the swing back to suitable occurs. It's very simple dear, nothing to worry. During sexual method of reproduction, the organisms have to wait until they get proper environment. Yes. Just have a look on the screen. We will generally discuss everything. We will discuss these all topics, all words will be coming in our upcoming topics. So I just want to make you easy to understand better what are the concepts of these words. Then later you must not get confused. Allogamy. Allogamy is nothing but allogamy is the fertilization, fusion of male and female gametes from two parents. Here we can see from father sperm and from mother ovum. Generally, the ovum is larger than sperm. Do you know why? The ovum contain nutrients. It contains nutrients for survival, right? The sperm have to swim in the vaginal tract. The sperm has to swim in the vaginal tract. That is why the sperm will never carry the food. If they carry food, it will swallow. If they swallow, it cannot swim in the reproductive tract, right? Generally, the ovum from one individual with the spermatozoa of another. That means ovum is from mother different individual and sperm from father different individual. So allogamy is nothing but fusion of gametes which produced by different organisms. We have one more organisms we will discuss here, autogamy. Autogamy is nothing but self-fertilization. Generally, we have some examples like we studied about annelids, earthworms. On the body of earthworm, which contain here female reproductive organs also, here which contain male reproductive organs in the earthworm body, right? Here you can see in female reproductive organs, they produce ova, that means ovum, and male reproductive organ, they produce spermatozoa, oogenesis, spermatozoa, right? So they only produce male and female reproductive gametes. So that kind of process we call autogamy, right? Also known as autogamy occurs in hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means already you know very well, which contain male and female reproductive organs like earthworm, organisms where the gametes come from the same individual. The male and female gametes come from same individual, right? Many vascular plants, we have so many plants, flowers, some foraminiferan, some ciliates, everything we will study, you no need to worry, right? Also have given example like earthworm. The term autogamy is sometimes substituted for autogenous pollination. Generally, the autogamy is named for autogenous pollination, not necessarily leading to successful fertilization. In this case, what happens is there we cannot see successful fertilization. Successful fertilization is not necessary because they only produce male and female gametes. It is not necessary to fertilization and describes self-pollination within the same flower. We can see the same pollination. The gametes, the spore and ova which fuse from same flower. Flower only produce stems like spore. Flower only produce pollen grains. Flower only produce ova. So there we can see autogamy. It is different from gitonogamous. Gitonogamous is different. Everything during our sexual reproduction of flowering plants, everything we will study deeply. Here you make something clear, that is transfer of pollen to a different flower on the same flowering plants. Transfer of pollen grains generally we call pollination. Transfer of pollen grains within the same flower that we call self-pollination, right? Transfer of pollen grains from different plant flower to different plant flower that we call cross pollination, right? Everything we will study in our upcoming topics, so no need to worry. So autogamy is that where fertilization of gametes, which gametes produced by same individual, right? Here just we will understand the differences between asexual method of reproduction and sexual method of reproduction. In the case of asexual method of reproduction, it can be seen in mostly lower animals, lower plants like fungi, also in protozoan and bacteria also. And it can be found in almost all animals. Reproduction occurs in almost all animals, in maximum plants and other life forms, including fungi also perform sexual. Protists also perform sexual reproduction. Bacteria also perform sexual reproduction. Fungi, protozoan, bacteria, and plants, they perform sexual method of reproduction also, asexual method of reproduction also, based on their favorable, non-favorable condition, right? In the case of In the case of asexual method of reproduction, only one parent will involve, that we call a uniparental process. In the case of sexual method of reproduction, two parents will involve, that we call a biparental process. Right? Understanding everything? Right. In asexual method of reproduction, gametes are not formed by parents usually. In the case of sexual method of reproduction, gametes of male and female are formed. It is necessary. Formation of gametes in sexual method of reproduction is necessary. Without formation of gametes, that we not call as sexual method of reproduction. Right? And the somatic cells act as reproductive units. In the case of asexual method of reproduction, the somatic cells, non-reproductive cells, we call generally somatic cells. Somatic cells are nothing but the cells which not reproduce, that we call somatic. The reproduction occur through somatic cells. We can see in asexual method of reproduction, right? Here, fertilization not occurs. Here, the germ cells acts as reproductive units. Fertilization of gametes occur and they form zygote. The formation of zygote occur by male and female gametes fusing. Yeah, thank you, Messi. Nice to see your comments here. Always keep liking. If you feel my energy is going down, make my energy up by giving your valuable, wonderful comments and likes. Right. In asexual reproduction, chromosomes are diploid. They are diploid, two number, throughout the process. Once the new organisms formed, the chromosomes are diploid. In during meiosis reproduction, what happens is the haploid gametes are produced by mother or father organism. They are formed by diploid and they are haploid generally. The chromosomes generally haploid. In zygote, if you talk, because the zygote formed by mother also, father also, they contain various kinds of chromosome. They contain from two number of mother and father, so that is the diploid, right? If you talk about individual haploid, in zygote, diploid, right? Here we can see like budding, fragmentation, spore formation, fission, vegetative propagation. These are examples for asexual method of reproduction. Here we can see the processes like meiosis, syngamy, conjugation. These are involved in sexual method of reproduction. Now we are 100% ready to start, and we will know some more characteristics of asexual and sexual method of reproduction. After knowing, we will go for complete learning how the reproduction occurs in all living things. Right, Ji? In asexual method of reproduction, generally it is faster process. Asexual reproduction is faster process and sexual reproduction is slower process. It allows the continuity of genetic information through progeny. The same genetic material will follow towards babies also. Genetic variations can be seen in sexual method of reproduction. Why can we see genetic variation? Because the gene can be carried from mother also, can be carried from mother also. When the gene is mixed, we can say genetic variation. Reproductive organs are not formed in the case of asexual method of reproduction. The reproductive organs are necessary for prominent male and female reproductive organs are necessary. They are required for reproduction. Without reproductive organ, reproduction cannot be occur. Right, Ji? Yes. Types of asexual reproduction. Let's start the learning from asexual method of reproduction. In asexual method of reproduction, we will learn about fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration, sporulation, vegetative propagation. So these are the very important things in the process of asexual method of reproduction. We study these all things. We will study. Right, Ji? Yes. Let's start the discussion from fission. Yes, are you ready? Say yes by commenting. Give your thumbs ups. Keep liking always. Your comments and likes make me more energetic. Yes, Ji, let's start our discussion from fission. Fission is a type of asexual method of reproduction. It division of the division of parent body into two or more daughter cells that we call fission. Is this clear for everyone? First, make everything clear. The division of parent body, division of parent body into two parts, into three parts. Generally, for example, this is a body part, mother organism. If divides into two parts, divides into two parts that we call fission. Generally, the fission can be seen in single-celled organisms. Fission can be seen in single-celled organism, right? It occurs by, we have types of fission. They can be binary fission, they can be multiple fission, they can be plasmotomy. Plasmotomy, multiple fission, binary fission. In this section, we will completely discuss about that. Later, we will continue with various kinds of budding, fragmentation, regeneration, spore formation, and vegetative propagation. Right? So let's start our discussion from binary fission. Fission is nothing but fission, division of body into two or more than two parts. That is fission. Can be seen in single cell organism. Right? The parent organism divides into two exactly halves that we call binary fission. The name itself binary. Bi means into two parts. Bi means two parts. The organisms which divides into two parts, that is called binary fission. Each halves, they form an independent daughter organism. Each half, after dividing each half part, forms independent daughter organism. It involves in mitosis division. Mitosis division, one forms to two cells. The two form four, four convert into eight, eight convert into 16. The number of individual will be growing. Right? Offsprings are genetically identical. Genetically identical. They look same to parents and to each other. The parents and the daughter organism, they look same. In the case of amoeba, you can see here, mother organism, when the reproduction starts, the binary fission starts, the nucleus of organisms split into two. One, two, they convert into two. Here we can see only single nucleus. Later, the cytoplasm also you can see the division. Their completely cell membrane divides, the new two organisms will form. Clearly? Understanding? So this is the process of binary fission where the mother organism, single-celled mother organism, divides into two daughter organisms. That is binary fission. By means two organisms will be produced by parents. Depending upon plain division. Depending upon plain division, the body division, it following types based on how it is dividing the body organism. Based on the body organism, it can be following types. They can be simple or they can be irregular binary fission. It can be longitudinal binary fission or it can be transverse binary fission or oblique binary fission. We will learn about everything, you know it worry, right? In simple or longitudinal binary fission, what happens is here the cytokinesis, that means division of cytoplasm, it occurs along longitudinally. Generally, here what happens is this is the euglena, right? It is longitudinally shaped euglena, right? The euglena, when it is present, the organisms will divide from in the middle. Euglena divides into two. Later, two euglena will form. So I'm able to draw properly here. This is the flagella which help in swimming. So here what happens is this part 1, part 2 divides by longitudinal shape. So that is why we are calling that longitudinal binary fission. Also it is dividing into two parts. That is binary fission, dividing into longitudinal shape into two parts. Longitudinal binary fission. Example we can see in euglena. Clear for everyone? Yes. Irregular. Irregular means without any proper shape. Irregular means without any proper shape, where the mother organism divides into two daughter organisms that we call irregular binary fission. Irregular binary fission is nothing but the mother organism without any proper shape, it divides into two organisms that we call irregular binary fission. Generally, that means cytokinesis, division of the body cytoplasm nucleus, may occur along any plane. It can occur any plane. For example, here we have amoeba. Amoeba is shapeless. Amoeba is a shapeless organism, right? When amoeba starts dividing, first nucleus divides. Then the cytoplasm divides. Where the cell membrane will be attached. Finally, the cell membrane also will be divided into two parts without any proper body shape, that is irregular binary fission, which form two daughter organisms. Clear G? Irregular binary fission can be seen in amoeba. The body will be divided into irregular form. Transverse binary fission. Transverse binary fission is nothing but the cytokinesis, division of the body. Division of the body, it occurs along transverse region. Transverse region. Here what happens is, it divides into two paramecium. Paramecium is an example. It divides into two paramecium. Later we can see growth of two individual parameciums. Paramecium is generally chapel-like structure. It's a protozoan. Mostly it occurs in binary fission occurs in bacteria protista only, maximum. Right? In this case, the paramecium is an example for transverse. Transverse means in this shape. Yes? Can you observe here? Yes. Right. Hope you got clear about longitudinal binary fission. The mother organisms which divide into two shapes by longitudinal shape, that is longitudinal binary fission. The mother organism which body divides into two parts by irregular body shape, that we studied irregular binary fission, can be seen in amoeba, and we studied just now the transverse binary fission can be seen in paramecium in two parts. Mother organism divides into two parts in transverse section, that we call transverse binary fission. Hope this is clear for everyone, right? Oblique binary fission. Oblique binary fission. Here, oblique is nothing but cytokinesis, division of body, cytoplasm nucleus occurs along oblique plane. Along the oblique plane. Can you observe here their body how it is looking? So once the part is divided, so it will form new organism, right? We can see some examples like protist, keratium. Keratium is an organism which show oblique binary fission. Right, Ji? Clear? Multiple fission. It's very, very important thing. It can be framed as a question also from the view of KCET 2021. Right? Do you know Plasmodium? Have you ever heard that word Plasmodium? If yes, comment below for what is the responsibility of Plasmodium, what it does in our regular life. What is the role of Plasmodium in our regular life? Need your comment below? Yes, waiting for your answer. Yes. Multiple fission is nothing but in single celled living body, mostly it is Plasmodium generally. Single celled living body. Here you can see we have so many microscopic Plasmodium. Here it is 2, 3, 4, 5. We have so many hundreds of. Yes, these are individual Plasmodium which are made up of single celled. These are protozoans, belongs to protists, right? They are protists or not protozoan, right? So the body organism, if you observe in microscope, it looks like this. At the place of nucleus, they contain a special substance called cyste, called cyst. Due to presence of cyst, what happens is, in the case of amoeba also, some amoeba also, if the presence of cyst, a membrane-like structure which surround nucleus of plasmodium or amoeba, due to presence of cyst, the nucleus breaks down into several parts. Nucleus breaks down into several parts. Can be 5, 10, 20 according to the body organism. Right? Hereafter what happens is the broken down each part forms new cytoplasm, it forms a new nucleus, right? And each will grow as individual plasmodium. Here you can see. Actually they convert from single plasmodium which contain a special substance called cyste, which surrounded by nucleus. With the help of cyste, the nucleus break down into more than two parts. Number can be varied. Once the nucleus broken down, the cytoplasm also will be separated. Then each nucleus will form new organism. In this case, don't get confused. The organism can grow with single nucleus. Due to presence of cyste, the nucleus will break down into so many parts. Then each nucleus forms new organism. The plasmodium, no one gave answer. Fine, I will explain you. Don't worry. I am here to make everything crystal clear. Don't worry. Plasmodium is a parasite. Plasmodium is a parasite. With the help of female anopheles mosquito, it enters in human body, especially. Also, it sucks the blood from human body. It releases the plasmodium. Female anopheles mosquito, which release the plasmodium into human body. The plasmodium is responsible for malaria. Right? You know, malaria will form very fastly because the plasmodium, due to presence of cyste, they will break down into several parts. Immediately, what happens is the breaking down each nucleus forms new organism. Here we can see formation of plasmodium in very fast. Generally, we studied before in asexual method of reproduction. We can see formation of organisms will be speed. In sexual method of reproduction, formation of organism is slow. Right, Ji? Hope you clear about fission. Fission is nothing but fission dividing the mother organism into two parts. That is fission, right? Two or more parts. That should be single-celled organism. Can be bacteria, can be protist. Division of mother organism into two parts called fission, right? Based on the body shape, they can be longitudinal binary fission, euglena, right? Transverse binary fission, plasmodium, sorry, paramecium, I'm sorry, and irregular binary fission we found in amoeba body shape is not proper, right? Multiple fission. Multiple fission we can see in plasmodium, some amoeba also, due to presence of cyste, can be framed as a question. Note down. Right? Ji? Due to presence of cyste, the cyste helps in breakdown of nucleus. There we can see formation of various nucleus, various organisms. Right? Ji? Finally, plasmotomy. Plasmotomy is a special type of fission in which a multinucleated protozoan divides into two or more multinucleated daughter individuals. It is very simple. Till now, we have studied the organisms which contain single-celled nucleus like amoeba, like paramecium, euglena, etc. Here we are going to study about the organism, the protist, which contain more than one nucleus. It is multinucleated organism. That means which contain more than one nucleus, right? It divides into two or more parts. It can be two multiple fission. It can form. It can form binary fission also. Also, the daughter organisms contain multinucleated organism. Generally, it is multinucleated when it reproduces by binary or multiple fission. It can perform binary also, it can perform multiple also. The daughter organism, which contain more than one nucleus, divides into two or more multinucleated daughter organism, that is plasmotomy. Example is Pilomaxa, Apellenidis, right? These are examples for plasmotomy. Generally, we studied about binary fission. It divides into two. Multiple fission, it divides into more than two number. Irregular binary fission, no body shape properly. Example, amoeba. Longitudinal, it long shape division into two parts. That is paramecium. Sorry, euglena. And transverse binary fission, paramecium, transverse, right? And multiple fission in plasmodium due to presence of cysteine. Here we can see multinucleated organism divides into multinucleated daughter organism, plasmotomy. Hope this is clear for everyone. Yes, G? Right. Yes, see, here my lecture is successfully completed. You can watch my all lectures daily 8 p.m. Daily 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Unacademy learning app. You can watch freely. You can join with me daily 8 to 9 p.m. freely. For that, you have to install Unacademy learning app in your Android or mobile phone, tab, personal computer, whatever it can be. Once you download, there you can see search goal or manage goal, select goal. There you have to write Karnataka Common Entrance Test. By typing Karnataka CET, there you will get Karnataka CET. By touching on the plus symbol, choose English language. Also, you have to log in or sign up for interacting with your educators. Once you submit your mobile phone and once you submit your phone number and email, you will be able to comment in your live session. You will be interact with your educators. Without submitting your mobile number, without submitting your email, without verifying, you cannot interact with your educators. So this is necessary with phone number also, email also. Both you have to register with Unacademy. There you can interact with your educators. By submitting phone and email OTP, you have to log in. And if you didn't follow in your Unacademy learning app, my profile is Shaik Imran. You can see there. Once you follow my profile, there you can find already my completed topics. Also, you will find my free upcoming live classes notification. There you will never miss my all topics. You can join with me. You can share my profile with your all friends. Let's join together. Let's learn with Unacademy. Let's crack Karnataka CET. And if you're watching first time, this is for you. We have best plans for Karnataka 2021 aspirants. You can go for 12 months plan. You can go for 6 months plan. You can go for trial price also, which cost around 2,250 only. You can pay like per month EMI also. Right, G? You can learn by sitting your house. You no need to go, no need to spend time also, no need to spend much money also. These videos, what you are watching right now, these are completely free. Once you want to become plus subscriber, there you will get more. Being a plus subscriber, you will get very less affordable price. These all, and you will get structured live courses with dedicated live doubt clearing session. In this session, you will get complete doubt clarification. You will have quiz at regular and interval session. We have already started batches for complete preparation. You can join with us. Test series you will get, and you will get daily practice test, and you will get mock test which help you for your complete analysis. Right, G? Finally, the single subscription for unlimited access. You can join with us. We have already started batches. You can subscribe our plus course by 1 month, 6 months, or 12 months. You can go for 2 years plans also. If you have completed just a 10th class, if you are entering in plus one, you can go for 2 years complete plan. Right, G? If you want to learn with me in plus course, use my code that is IMRANLIVE. If you want to learn with me in plus course, use my code that is IMRANLIVE. By using my code, you will get 10% off also. If you want to get me as your biology educator, use my code. Otherwise, no issues. And one more thing, if you use my code, this is not only for biology, it will be for physics, chemistry, maths, biology, for all complete set of preparation for your Karnataka set 2021. And finally, one more time, I just want to wish you heartfully, the students who are going to write exam Karnataka set 2021, heartfully wish you. I had a great lecture with you, and we will meet on yes, we will meet in our upcoming classes. Keep connected daily 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Yes. After confirmation of date, we will publish new upcoming classes also. Bye. Have a nice day. Take care.